Hey everyone! Thank you for tuning in tonight. And guess what? It's Happy Goddess Day. Excitement!
Day.
Yay!
Yay!
Uh, this day only comes once a year, and it's always very special for all of us, witches and pagans and Wiccans and everything. So, yeah, we decided to do a show. Um, of course, if you know our brand, we kind of just come up with spontaneous shows at times. But we do that because we love to podcast and we love our path as well. So tonight, as you know, we have my cousin Nico in the house with us. And we have two of our good friends, Didi and Bitu. Nice to have you back, ladies. And we got a new friend. And this woman has done events. She has been a force on Facebook. I mean, she has her hands in a lot of things, and she knows a lot of people, a lot of networking that we do, probably with the same network of friends and everything. So I'm very excited to introduce to you Belladonna LaView. Yay!
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here on Goddess Day.
I know it's one of the best days of the year, actually. Um, we do have another guest that will be joining us tonight, Mary King. Is a musician. She is out celebrating the goddess right now. She will be with us in probably in the next 15-20 minutes. So if you see another face pop on, that's why. Okay. But let's just all get together, and who do you follow most with the goddess? I mean, for me, I do Diana and I do Hecate and I do Isis. So, and that's because of the different seasons. Belladonna, how about you?
Well, I've always prayed to the Great Mother, and I didn't really realize that that was Demeter until I went to the mysteries. She was like, they call me the Great Mother, right? Why haven't you figured this out yet? I feel like I'm kind of slow sometimes. Aphrodite is my lady, though, that like walks with me every day. Persephone is the one that lured me into witchcraft. And then Hecate is the patron goddess of the church that I'm the archpriestess of. So those four ladies are very powerfully present in my life at all times. And then, we all have our side ones. I have Fortuna and Hathor. There's Amaterasu, Kuan Yin. There's a lot of deities that I've worked with, but those are my main four.
How about you, B2? Who are your goddess or goddesses?
Mostly it's Sekhmet, Mut, Bas, definitely, and few Scandinavian goddesses like Skadi and Freya.
I can't hear nothing.
Okay, Dee, are you with us? Can you hear us?
I can't hear you very well. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
can hear you. Okay, let me give you the question here. Just hang on. We get this. We got you, lady.
Oh, am I supposed to say the goddess now?
Yep.
Okay. My coven here, we follow Hecate. Pretty much depending on the season, we have an eclectic coven. So sometimes we may call upon Luna or Diana, or it just depends on the season, but mostly Hecate. And now it's her time of year.
Definitely her time. How about you, Nico?
So mine's changed a bit. So I joined the Red Thread Academy, and they have a triune of gods. So they have Kylo, who is the dark goddess aspect, kind of like Hecate, and then Lady Godiva, who is the naked goddess, who is archetyped as like the light half of the year, so they're worshipped through 6-month periods. So them, and then I come from a Norse pagan background as well, so I also have Freya and Yer on my altar, and then our coven works with Hecate. So kind of a lot, but
Oh, cool. Cool. You know, and to the audience, I just want to let you know that, you know, if you can't find your goddess on who you want to walk your path with, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You know, if you are just out there just doing your thing, one will come to you, most definitely. She will come to you. So I just want to say that because I know that with our podcast, we try to educate and, you know, ask or answer questions and everything. So I just want to say that out there to everybody that if you don't have one, don't worry about it. She will come to you. Okay. Second question, Nico.
well, let's see. So, which seasons of or such as the seasons or the moon, do you have one that you feel most connected to? I guess we'll start with Chrissy and work our way around.
I don't understand the question. What's the question?
I guess the question is, do you work with deities seasonally or with moon phases? And do you have one that you feel most connected to?
With okay, for with different seasons, I have different goddesses, just like I was just saying. Um, you know, so I go with 3 or 4 major goddesses each year for each season. Um, but I'm always open to other gods, of course. With this, it just that's how it goes with my seasons. Now with the moon, you know, there's the moon phases. Um, I try to at least take a day and worship each phrase of the moon because it's very important. You know, the maiden, the mother, the crone, even the new moon. So, mostly the full moon, of course, with coven and family. We try to, you know, get it going on out there. Um, but yeah, I would say at least 2 of the phases I do mostly something because I cut it down. I was doing 4 for a long time, and that can get very tiresome. You know, if you look at it, that's once a week you're doing something. So the older you get, you're like, oh, okay. So, how about you, Belladonna?
Well, Demeter's the goddess of the calendar, so yes, we rotate with the wheel of the year, and it's kind of I see them all as kind of, I see Hecate as the All Mother, and all of the deities tell me that they're all them. Aphrodite thinks all the gods are her. Fortuna thinks all the gods are her. So I find that even though you cycle around with them, they kind of blend in together and come in when they want to. And when you're looking for a patron deity, they kind of pick you. They often I find that with new witches, they go, "Oh man, that deity's so cool. They can't possibly be picking me." But if you think that they're cool, it's kind of like when you're dating somebody. You don't date people that you don't like. So if you're drawn to them, that's because they're calling to you. So I find that although I might be working with a particular deity or like sending out offerings to a particular deity, some other ones will pop up at different times. And I kind of worship the deities that are talking to me and work with whoever presents themselves, which can be a fun adventure into itself. I think that a spiritual path is like a treasure hunt that never ends. You
Yes,
just keep going.
I agree.
yes, very much so. How about you, B2?
As far as the moon, I've been trying to do more stuff based on moon phases. I actually put an app on my phone so I could keep better track, because it kind of gets me in more of a pattern instead of just spur of the moment, random type of things. As far as I wanted to agree with the whole thing of I think the gods definitely pick you. I know Sekhmet definitely, I knew when she picked me, and actually then I had a divination done, which pretty much backed it up. It's like, yeah, you're hers. So, and some of the gods I follow are kind of obscure, and that's okay. You just kind of get to know them better, and
Mhm.
it's kind of cool when you're the one that gets picked. So
Well, I guess that leaves you, Dee Dee.
Well, can you hear me?
Yep, we
Okay.
can hear you.
So I guess it's the same for me. Like, we just go with the wheel of the year. Last night we just got together and we just did a meditation for the moon, and just releasing negativity and stuff and all that. And so it's just, yeah, whoever's calling to you. Hecate mostly calls to me now. The other girls, it just depends. But yeah, we mostly use Hecate, work with Hecate. She's always there. She's always represented. Um, every so often something else might pop up, like you were saying, Belladonna. Just depends, I guess, on the night, who's feeling frisky and who wants to come out and play. So
Yeah, most definitely. Definitely. B2, you want to take it? Oh, we've got Nico. I'm so sorry.
So just that the red thread system works with the light and the dark goddess during different halves of the year. So spring through summer is the light goddess, and then as we come in through fall and winter is the dark goddess. Um, so they're worked seasonally. We loosely adhere to the wheel of the year, but it's more about local changes and when the seasons start to hit your area versus like a fixed date. So once it started to cool down here, so we're starting to edge into fall here, but it's not necessarily like a fixed date. Like, we're way ahead of schedule for the wheel of the year. Um, the equinox isn't until what, the 21st, and it's already in the 40s here overnight. And as far as like my matron goddess, it was Freya. Um, and I would say the still Freya. Um, how that came about was really funny. I kept getting tons of stray cats on my porch, and I would have like an army of them just sitting on my porch. So I started feeding them, and then lots of hawks, and I had a reading done, and I was like, there's just a lot of weird like deity signs, and it's like, are you reaching out? Yeah. And taking care of cats is actually a devotional act for her. And it's like, okay. Uh, and it's been super fun so far.
Yes. Dee Dee, why don't you take the next question?
okay, let me find it. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. What's a favorite song that uh um so mine is that new I don't know if y'all are on TikTok, but I'm big on TikTok. But the new quarter song, the earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, but the way she sings it, that's my new favorite song. I can listen to that every morning and it'll just get me going. But do I call on somebody? Nico, I'll let you go.
What is her name? It's the song.
I'm surprised you don't say my songs. Or your songs, I mean.
That's too egotistical. I, for life of me, cannot think of the name of the artist, but it's the hair song. It's a trad witch song, and I love it so much.
Awesome.
Okay.
How about you, Belladonna?
So this is a favorite pagan song?
This is actually the favorite song that makes you feel empowered.
Oh, that makes me feel empowered. Oh, there's that song that says, I am invincible, unstoppable, unbreakable. Is that one? Yeah, I really like that one. That one makes me feel pretty tough. It's like they're singing my song. And pagan songs I like. Steve Farron just wrote a song about Hecate for Spring Mysteries that I really like. Or it was for Hecate Sickle Festival. And then I really love Wendy Rule's album Persephone. That one just, oh my God. Especially, I think it's 13 and 14 that run into each other, and it's Persephone talking in the underworld, and that just gets me going. So, those.
Oh, yes. I love Wendy Rule. B2, how about you?
As far as just songs in general, I don't remember exactly. Oh, yes, I do. It's the song Suddenly I See, and I believe her name is Katie Tunstall. You know that one? It's just about having this realization and how it just brings you alive kind of thing. And it just always, that definitely will get you feeling like you can get stuff done. As far as pagan songs, honestly, Hoof and Horn is a good one because just personal experiences of mine, and also I'm drawing a blank here when I just heard it. Okay, I don't remember that one. I don't know. Honestly, a lot of the Wicker Man songs I've been listening to a lot lately too, because it's just a movie, but they get stuck in my head on the days like Lammas, summer solstice, just so.
Well, if I can interrupt, we have a song that the kids sing at daycare. It's the Good Morning song. That one's awesome. I work at a daycare. So every morning I hear that song, it just sticks in my head. But yeah, that's a cute one. But if the song comes to you, just blurt it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, you can go ahead next. It's just for whatever reason, I guess I'm not supposed to remember it right now.
I have a lot, but I said most recently. I really like Kelly Anna. She's an oldie but goodie. I Walk with the Goddess. I think and Dee Dee, I think you was there with us when we had a goddess retreat on the weekend, and
Yeah.
we made a dance up to the song, and I videotaped it to send it to Kellyana. So, but yeah, Walk with the Goddess always gets me kind of empowered because I feel like, yes, I can do this because she's with me, But, Lord Alexian has some really great songs that I just fell in love with too. And I guess we'll be coming up here pretty soon, Maren King. The song that she has, God is Calling, is, I think you guys would like that song. It's a very nice song, and it can also empower you too, as well. So, and B2, how about you? What's the question you'd like to ask?
Okay. If one could have any goddess's power, what would it be and why?
Goddess power. Jeez. All of them. They all have unique powers, really. I think the power just to heal would probably be the best power of all, because I think the healing can go from A to Z, I would say. healing of the heart, healing of the soul, healing of the mind, healing of the earth, and everything. So I always say healing. So, Belladonna, how about you?
Well, I mean, I would want to say flying because, because
That sounds
you said the
good.
point of the show was to have fun, and flying would be very fun.
Yes.
But I do think that healing is like really when you think about all the ills of the earth, I think that healing would be the most valuable thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think about how people just don't appreciate their health. Like that's the last thing they appreciate until they don't have it. So I don't know if that actually would benefit people in the long run. It's a very in-depth question. I would have to say the only one that I know I don't have yet, like that I've been able to manifest, I've been able to heal, I've been able to, I haven't leaped tall buildings in a single bound. I think flying. Lucid dreaming would be really good too, but see, then there you got flying again. So
Yeah. It kind of all comes back to flying. It's a good time of year too.
I think a lot of problems that I have could be solved with flying. No, I think healing would probably be the best.
Nico, how about you?
Ooh. I think I'm gonna go with the chthonic deities and the I don't want to say power over the underworld, but like that deep connection to the underworld and ferrying spirits. I think that would be really fun.
Did you say ferrying spirits like Charon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Hecate is also a psychopomp, but if we're going goddess-wise, I'd probably go Hecate. Let the hounds loose on a couple people.
DD?
I'm all about the healing part too. There's just been so much death and bad stuff happening, so I would love to have the power to be able to heal.
And that leaves you.
Honestly, healing would be a good one just because I think a lot of the things in the world that are wrong would be helped by healing or better health, just,
Yeah.
just think of all, if you could just heal during the pandemic, if you could just heal everyone. Also the ability to kind of manipulate time. Honestly, that would be my thing of, if for no other reason, never being late again, making unpleasant things go faster. That's kind of my selfish fantasy one.
That would be good.
That's
Good
a
one, yeah.
Hecate power. That's a
Yeah.
Hecate power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's amazing because I guess when you first begin the path and try and find your goddess, you kind of want someone to resonance with you, what you want to be or empower you to be. And it's very hard because so many goddesses out there that does the same thing. So it's a hard choice. It really is. It's one of the choices I like to make, but then I don't like to make. It's like, oh man, can I just have all of them? So, wrap them up in a box. But yeah, and gods do get jealous. My husband's back here going, but the gods would get jealous. So,
They would.
yeah, they would. So with um with the goddess help, what has been the challenges that you have overcome?
I'll go.
Sure.
So I just recently had COVID again. So we're in the lifelong COVID, I guess. But there is a medication now that I was prescribed. It's like the CPAC. but it's on steroids pretty much. There's 3 different pills that you have to take twice a day. So I think they've come a long ways with working with the COVID. But yeah, that's one of my challenges. And now, of course, diabetes. But I have lost like 45 pounds. So um, there's that. But yeah, I mean, there's ways of working around things. Um, like we have a young lady that's in the coven, which Chrissy knows, Janae. She's always trying to get us on the natural way of healing and stuff,
Yeah.
which, it's good. But sometimes I just got to take that path of I need it healed now. So we take the medicine. But yeah, so I mean, that's my soapbox. I've never done this before.
How about you, Belladonna? I know you've been in the
Yeah.
path for a long time, so you probably have a lot of things you overcame. But
Well,
what's one the most?
I've overcome being raised as a Mormon girl. I've overcome being a woman. Like, that's a freaking challenge in this day and age. With the goddess's help, I've faced the challenges. I've overcome drug addiction, domestic violence,
Awesome.
homelessness, financial ruin. I've faced all things with the goddess, and she has got me through all of it, and I'm sure that she will continue to do so. It is with her help that I feel like I can get through this world in a safe and supportive manner, because there's a lot of big challenges out there. Cancer, I've overcome a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome, Belladonna.
thank you.
Me too. How about you?
That's actually when Sekhmet made herself known to me. That was a kind of a crossroads in my life where I didn't know what to do. I was kind of stuck. So what happened was I went to an Egyptian exhibit at a museum, and just all of a sudden I knew when I was looking at a statue of her, this is what you do. And that's again how I knew, okay, this is a calling. This isn't just me. Other times, I've had with like Skadi, who's a Old Norse goddess. She spoke to me in a dream before when I was again kind of a really anxious, what do I do situation. Nothing. I mean, it's not super dramatic like other people have had, but I've had a lot of experiences where it's just like, hey, you look lost. Here's what you need to do, for the most part. So
But the goddesses that are speaking to you, they're badass goddesses. So I mean, it's not for the weak.
Oh,
So
also, speaking of cats, Bast, she's really helped my family a lot too. In fact, I have a little floor statue of Bast about life size, and my cats will actually go and hide behind her sometimes when they don't want to do something. So even they know.
Cool. Welcome, Marin. Everybody, Marin King. Thank you for joining us.
We're sorry I'm late. We ran over.
That's okay. We know all about that. Yeah, it's being in a coven. Yeah, we definitely know about that. So we are just asking some questions right now. You could jump in on this last question about with the goddess help, what type of challenge have you overcame?
Okay, me?
Yeah.
Okay. With the goddess's help, what challenges have I overcome? Is that the question? I want to make sure. Okay. Many. A lot of physical challenges. I turn to Saraswati, the goddess of music, that helps me quite often.
Mm-hmm.
And I sink myself into the music and I call to her and I get the help I need. Gaia herself, our Mother Earth, I call to her all the time. And I suffer from fibromyalgia, and I have anxiety and other stuff. And holding them helps me. Holding them in my heart, holding them within me in my body, manifesting them helps me. I don't know how long you want me to talk about it.
Hey, we have 90 minutes, so well for you, probably about an hour. So yeah,
well, I wrote a song called "Goddess Calling" that I refer to quite a bit because of everything that's happening right now. I wrote it in response to Roe versus Wade being overturned. And I made it I contributed to an album of 19 other pagan artists. So we all got together and did the Red Album, Pagan Voices for Reproductive Rights. And that's when I first wrote this. But because of everything else that's going on with all of this hatred and, what is the word I'm looking for? That is anybody but us. Is bad. We must get rid of them. We must throw them out. If it's anything us, I turn to my goddesses in this song quite often because I think that we as a country have spent way too much time worshiping a god when we should have been worshiping our goddesses all this time. And that's from our great mother Moot, who started it all for us, to Tiamat, to Ellen, the goddess of the ways, who leads us through, and the others that are in my song that I have to hold on to them. I have to have faith in them and know that as I call them, they answer in a myriad of ways, not just to me, but to my community and to our whole country and overall to the world. So that's how my goddess has helped me.
do you want to sing that song "Goddess Calling" now, or do you want to wait?
I was going to do like a dramatic reading for you all.
That would be great.
Okay. I'm calling to some really old goddesses, so if you want to ground a little bit, that would be all right. I got my feet down on the ground. I call to Moot, great mother of all. O ancient one, we call to thee in this our time of need. Your primordial waters gave birth to the moon. Give to us its power of light as we traverse these dark days. I call to Tiamat, goddess of the sea. O glistening one, we call to thee in this our time of need. Primeval dragon, your daughters call for your aid. Gift to us your chaos powers as we swim into the deep. Call on Ellen, goddess of the ways. O shining one, we call to thee in this our time of need. Forger of the pathways, you guide us with your light. Gift to us divine insight to choose the path for us that is right. I call on Nyx, great mother of fates. Primal one, we call to thee in this our time of need. Raise up Alecto, Megara, and Tisiphone to rain their wrath upon the ones who work to keep us in their chains. I call on Kali, goddess of ultimate power. Destructive one, we call to thee in these the final hours. Fill us with your fierceness. Bring forth our warrior queens to crush the ones who seek control of our bodies and our sovereign minds. I call us all goddesses in this realm. O brilliant ones, I sing to thee in this, our time of need. Stand for your sisters. Stand for their choice. Our bodies are inviolate and ours to do with as we please. In all ways to do with as we please. So mote it be.
So
Motivate. That is beautiful. Now, I have listened to that song how many times this weekend. um, it's a beautiful song,
Oh,
and
thanks.
I
Did
just love
you did you listen to the one off the Red album, or did you listen to? I just released a remake of it with all kinds of
remake. No, the
the
remake.
remix, the
Yes,
Redux. Oh
in
yeah,
July, I think.
I got men and women singing on it. I got all
Yeah.
kinds of orchestra pieces. It's really got much more powerful and much stronger. If you have a chance, go and listen to it. Yeah, again.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and I will put the link in here in a little bit too for
Oh,
that.
great. Yeah, thank you. And
Uh,
if anybody buys that song, know that all proceeds are going to go to the National Abortion Federation and Elevated Access. And if you don't know what Elevated Access does, it will take folks that need medical services to where they can get medical services. We'll wait for them and then we'll bring them back home.
oh,
that.
that's great.
This is, and it's a very important thing. So that's why anybody that buys that is going to support them.
That is great. Before we continue on, let's finish up with the overcome. I think we have Nick and Dee Dee, maybe.
All right, Emma.
Yeah. Oh, you already went. Okay, Nick. I guess it's you.
I would say that I overcame death. Um,
Oh, yeah.
as some of you guys know, I had a really bad health scare earlier this year. I got diagnosed with an autoimmune condition and it tried to take me out. And our coven and coven network were putting their work in to make sure that I pulled through. And I'm still here, I'm stable, and I got a second chance. And I think that's one of the biggest gift I could have got.
Most definitely, definitely. Um, with today being Happy Goddess Day and everything, blessings to all the goddesses. That is correct. Thanks, art of being and becoming. You are correct on that. Because we get blessings from the goddess every day. You know, for me to overcome, I overcame a lot of. I think one of the biggest things was to have a voice. I was always so timid and shy. And you can ask Dee Dee. She's probably one of the besides my cousin Nick, Dee Dee's probably been my longest friend. And she can tell you that she was my voice for a while. so, so I think that God has really gave me a voice too, um, just to speak up more. So, um, what is one thing that you can tell new witches that wants to go on a path? Is there a warning you want to tell them, or some great advice?
We had one last night come over, and she's new. I told her that I wanted her to listen, um, to hear if she hears a calling before she decides the next step that she wants to take. Um, and also to read and learn, and then come back and tell me what she really wants for herself out of a coven or just a solitary path or, just, I just want them to learn, like ask questions, don't just jump in. Um, but yeah, and listen for the call. And
That's
they
good.
all look at you funny. What am I listening for?
anybody can just jump in.
I would say I really hope that if you're interested in paganism, witchcraft, Wicca, anything along those lines, that you absolutely love reading and studying, because you're going to be doing a lot, and I mean a lot. And also, not to dig at the newer witches coming up, but just kind of things I've observed on the internet with witches. The whole being spoon-fed materials, I like. The elders in the community do not owe you to spoon feed you the answers. It's part of the fun. You have to dig and find your own answers. Your path is going to be very different than other people's. And what is a solution for me may not always be a solution for somebody else.
How about you, Belladonna? You sound like you really want to say something.
Well, I think that he's right. And I think that people have given some really good answers so far. I think about the things that I tell new witches. The ways of the underworld are not your ways, but they are perfect and not to be questioned. There's no bitching in witchcraft. If you don't like it, deal with your shadows. It's not anybody else's fault. There are no victims here. Yes, people can be mean to you, but you can't be responsible for their behavior. You can only be responsible for your behavior, and your behavior is what counts. The witchcraft is full contact sport. It's not for the weak. You should bring your shields and your knives. Be nice. Witches will cast against you. Be nice. Be nice. And be quiet, because people are saying important things, and it's not so much you already know what you know. You need to find out what other people know. And that is why you should speak little, listen much. There's a lot to learn if you don't talk. I find a lot of new witches want to talk and tell you what all they've learned, and most of it's very basic and surface. And if they would listen and watch, they'd learn a lot of stuff that isn't in books. Witchcraft doesn't happen in books, although it requires a lot of reading and studying. Witchcraft happens when you're not paying attention. It happens in between the spaces. When you listen to what is said between the words and what happens between that is where the witchcraft is. You can't expect it to come at you straight in the face, otherwise everybody'd have it. And you can't expect it to be easy, otherwise everybody would have it. You can't buy it. You can't demand it. You have to hope that someone's kind enough to teach you. And because like Nico said, they don't have to. And I mean, we were talking about my son this morning, and one guy was staying here during COVID. And he was complaining about my son in the morning. And my son is the greatest thing that ever lived, as far as I'm concerned. Ask me, I'll tell you that every time. I call him Ramsey the Great. He's never given me a minute's worth of trouble. The worst thing that Ramsey has ever said to me is, "Mother, I've told you no already twice, and now I'm going to get obstinate." And I love him very much. And he has put up with a lot of grief being somebody that lives in a public church his entire life. And so you just don't get to mess with Ramsey. And this guy was complaining about Ramsey. He didn't feel like Ramsey was pulling his weight. And Dusty said, "Oh, you don't get to have an opinion about Ramsey." And he said, "What do you mean I don't get to have an opinion about Ramsey?" And Dusty went, "Well, I mean, if you have an opinion about Ramsey, that's an invitation to move out. And Bella will tell you, I didn't know you were ready to move today. Get the heck out." Because, there's elders have been put upon by people wanting to disrespect a space that they don't understand. And so you need to walk real softly and pay really close attention, because you're not the first person that they've had at the picnic, but it might be your first picnic. So learn about the culture and respect everybody, and walk real softly and be real super helpful, and people will teach you witchcraft because we just want to, but we won't teach it to people who are, you know, real American, that like real demanding. And I think we should vote, and I think I should have a say because I just showed up today. You know, that's just not how witchcraft works. It's a benevolent hierarchy, and you don't have to hang around. It's people that you don't like that are leaders, but they also don't have to have you hang around. So I would say, be super nice, listen, learn, and do not learn anything from somebody that you do not respect and want to be like, because you'll end up being like them even if you don't like them.
Yeah, very
That's
true.
And the ways of the underworld are perfect, but they're not your ways. They're not to be questioned. So remember, that's the biggest one.
How about you, Maren?
What would I say to new witches?
Yeah.
Study, learn, read. And read, don't just read the witchy stuff. Read the Hindu stuff. Read the Islamic stuff. Read the Christian stuff. Read the Taoist. Read all of it. And then take out of all of that what sings to you. What makes your heart go, ooh, that's me. That's how I feel. That's what I want to do. That's how I want to be. And you don't have to just follow the one thing. You could follow this out of this faith and this out of this faith. Pick all the best, like you're picking all the best fruit over at the farmer's market. And make yourself a beautiful fruit salad for yourself of what your witchcraft will be like and what it'll be. And then be true to yourself in that. But don't believe everything you read. Because I'm going to say half of it's bullshit. But you will pull out of what it is that you need. And then just keep doing it. And you'll grow stronger in your faith or your chosen pathway. That's what
I think another good
think.
point.
Yep,
Be
I
wary
definitely
of
agree. Yeah.
authors
How
that
about you, B2?
support-
Go.
I think everybody just kind of disappear.
Oh yeah.
Looks like we have some difficulties
It's just
going
you.
on. Oh yeah,
Go ahead, B2.
it's us.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, my first advice would be that there's lots of different ways to do witchcraft and be a pagan. There's not just one way. And some of them are very different, very diverse, and that's great because it's something for everyone. What drew me to paganism was that you could customize it. It could be yours, and you could have different roles. It wasn't just one size fits all. These are the specific roles you have to do, especially in a lot of ways as a woman. There's so many different ways you can, be a pagan, be a priestess, be female. It's open. Also, I guess I would say don't be afraid to embrace your power, because that's something I've had to learn. That's something I've seen other people struggle with was, they'll do something and then it's like, they'll be afraid of it almost. It's like, no, that's just means you're doing a good job, usually, hopefully. And also that, this is part of being pagan and being a witch, And also just read a lot of stuff. Don't look for just pagan specific books. Some of the best books I have are historical, other religions, things like that. Just lots and lots. And also not everything is on the internet. I learned that early on. Don't just depend on the internet for stuff, because there's elders with decades of experience. They've done this before. It's, lived experience and not just, theoretical or, well, I assume it's true. That's a big thing I think now, especially, is just people being overly dependent on one thing, or like like Belladonna said, people who are kind of entitled and think they should know and everything, get to do everything. Because actually I remember a case where, like with certain voodoo and things like that, where it's initiatory, people get upset. Oh, why can't I do that? Well, because It's not how it works. It's a closed tradition. Native American is a closed tradition. You just have to be told no and accept that, you know? So that's
And
basically what I would give.
I love that you went there. Absolutely. Like closed traditions is a huge thing. Like understand, like look into what a closed tradition is and what makes them closed, because what people don't understand is a lot of witchcraft traditions and Wicca are closed traditions. They're initiatory practices. There's initiations into mystery schools. And like, no, don't get me wrong. I think since the 90s that there's been like outer tradition, open source Wicca and witchcraft. And like you can absolutely do that as a solitary, and self-initiation is valid. But there are traditions that you have to physically be initiated into to do or be born into. And respect them. You put the white sage down, it's fine. You don't need it. That there's literally hundreds of plants you can cleanse with. You can put the white sage down.
Except it grows in my yard.
Well, yeah, definitely what everybody has said. I mean, I'm not going to repeat myself because you guys kind of said it all, but I always say one thing is the dedication. You have to be dedicated to walk the path.
Yes.
It's not you go to church Sunday and then Monday you can, oh, okay, I'm done. It's not like that. It is a 24/7 path you have to walk on and be dedicated to.
It's the
And
accountability.
that's one thing that I have. Yes, I have that's one thing that I have seen so many students or just others who wants to be spoon fed or just doesn't want the dedication to be put into it. They just want to be lazy. And it's not the way. It's a 24/7 job. So it's not really a job. I mean, it's a path. It's a spiritual path that you should have passion for if you are going to dedicate your life on walking the path and reading books galore from all different paths. It kind of gets you rounded for everything. So at least that's what I would say. So,
I think the other way
now
to.
I know.
I don't. Go ahead, Gracie.
So now I know with events because I've done events for 27 years, and of course all mine was free events because like Pagan Pride, Harvest Fest, Pagan picnics, and Midsummer and everything. It was it was probably for more than probably 200 private events, but the Pagan Pride got pretty big, up to like 500 to 700. But of course, Pagan Pride is a free event. But if you go to an event, you have to pay for it. That is fine. Go for it. I mean, you somebody has to go out there and bring us knowledge and something to do with our life and with our spiritual life. So I'm all for, paid events. I'm all for paying skills and everything. It's fine. If you can afford it, go for it. It would just help you. It would just enhance your whole spirituality. Now, I may be wrong for some people, but I'm pretty sure I think we are all in agreement on this one.
Well,
I
I hold paid for events and I hold free events. We have the Metaphysical Market, which is a free event every first and third Saturday of the month. And then I have Hecate Sickle and GodCon. GodCon's a real low cost event, but Hecate Sickle and Spring Mysteries Festival are $297 a ticket. And the kind of people and the things that you can do at a paid for event where it's a $300 a ticket is completely different than a $30 ticket than a free event. They're all valid. They're all important. They all help grow our community. Goddess knows we need to spread the light as far as we can right now. But Hecate Sickle Festival, we're going to have a vampire ball. We're going to have Selena Fox there. There's a paid banquet where you get it for free. I mean, it's paid for. There's an open bar. It's in a hotel. There's ballrooms. There's classrooms. There's awards. You receive awards that are paid for with your ticket. It's a big leadership award ceremony. We can't do that for free. Like we can't do that for free. Now the metaphysical market, which is free, is paid for by the vendors. We don't charge a ticket to go, but the vendors pay for the space. It costs money to do things. And I think that's what pagans sometimes don't understand, is that it costs money to do things. If we don't charge vendors to come, we can't afford the space. If we don't charge tickets, we can't afford the ballroom. So I think they're all valid, but the people that show up at the free events are usually seekers, and they don't know what's going on, and they like buy stuff, and they're really excited to be there, and they're thirsty for knowledge. But people that go to $300 events have been pagan for 30 years, and they expect big elaborate rituals, and they want to see God. They want to go to the underworld. They want to have these big powerful experiences, and you can't do that with a free venue. So I think they're all valid.
I agree.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah. How about you, Mara? Because sorry, Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
Oh no, you're good.
No, I didn't hear what you said, Chrissy.
Okay. Now, how about you? Because I know you've been in plenty of events and everything. Of course, they paid events, and which is okay. I think just going to an event, whether you pay for it or going to a free event, everything is very vital for your spirituality, and the events has to get paid, like performers like you. That's how I look at it as well.
I can only speak from my own personal experience, but I find that the free events a lot of times are for the folks that are, like Belladonna said, that are seekers. They're there to dip their feet in the water and see if they want to go from toes to ankles to knees, and but the paid events, I also agree, are for folks who they've dipped their feet in. They've bought a couple of books. They've read a couple of things. They're starting to establish what their path might be, and they're going to find like souls that reverberate with their soul, and that they can say, oh yes, I'm learning as well, or to share the thing of, I have learned this, have you found that too? And so again, the very expensive ones like Pagan Spirit Gathering, yeah, you expect a lot from that, because you're paying quite a bit of money, you're traveling quite a long distance, but when you get there, you are immersed in a community of like-souled people. And again, as has been said before, everything is valid, even not going to a pagan pride or a festival or a gathering. Even just going to your local metaphysical store can be life-changing for you, because you then can sit there and leaf through books and see, oh, this speaks to me, or this, I think I might like to find out more about this. And that can be a stepping stone to somebody's path. And so again, every online full moon circles is also a really great thing. Online communities, online like this here, and what we're discussing now is really good for the community. and it'll help all the beginners. It'll help the people that have been walking their path for a while, but maybe aren't feeling it anymore for some reason or another. And they can turn to a community, they can turn to the bookstore, they can turn to something a little different and be able to find their pathway again. And then for those of us that have been walking this path for a long time, like a lot of us here, it is a community. I call it going to church, even though it's not church, because you are there with folks that when the music starts, you're all doing this together, or when in the ritual, you're all putting your energy into the fire and celebrating being in that community, being able to follow our faith the way that we feel we want to. You know? Do no harm, but do as you will.
Definitely agree.
You know,
Yes, definitely agree.
like Belladonna said, be kind, but also, you know, don't take no shit either. You know, you have to
Yeah.
learn your path
That's
and then
that's
walk
true.
it and then defend it. Yeah.
I agree.
Mhm.
That's where I'm at.
One thing I noticed going to
Oh yeah.
live. Oh, sorry. One thing I noticed
Oh, go
going to
ahead,
gatherings is.
B2. I'm done.
Oh, sure. Okay. One thing I noticed going to gatherings that really struck me, or even like live podcasts or things like that, is talking to someone face to face is very different. And I've had cases where like I'd be going to something and there'd be a person that's like, well, I don't know if that really clicked with me. I'm not really interested. And then I end up really getting along with the person, really liking what they have to say. It's, you know, you don't, that prejudice went away just by meeting them in real life versus, you know, seeing something, reading something on the internet or anything like that. So just face-to-face contact is really important too, even if it's virtual like this.
I would say the opposite is also true.
Yes.
That is also true. Yeah.
With a year of doing this, I've met quite a few authors, and some of them that I really respected their work, and then it's just like, ew, you're not like the disillusionment of like, I still respect your work, but like, I don't like you as a person. And it's been very interesting. I'm not gonna name any names, but it's been an interesting thing.
What is that saying? Never meet your heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But then again, don't go putting people on pedestals either.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true.
Because believe it or not, every single one of us are human.
Yep.
We may not think some people are human, but every single one of us
Mm-hmm.
have a heartbeat. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I know what that means when the with the pedestal, because I know when I did a lot of pagan prides, is like I'll have people that would give me gifts because I had an event that they came to. And I was like, you don't have to give me anything. Just having you here is a gift, you know. But they're like, no, we want to thank you because, you stepped up, you took leadership, and you've been doing this for some years, and we want to appreciate you by showing you this appreciation. And I was like, no, just being here is the best thing. I know when we have presenters, because we always have presenters, and stuff, having fundraisers, trying to get those to contribute, it's very, very hard. I mean, we probably took out a couple of thousand a year of our own pockets just to make the event happen, for the presenters and the workshops and the entertainment and everything. But we didn't do it to be like, haha, we're doing this. We did it because we want everybody to experience an author that they like, a musician that they just love to listen to, a workshop that they really want to go to. So, that there is just the best gift of all, is having everybody show up and having a good time.
I think it's interesting that you mentioned that people bring you gifts as the leader. That's really the pagan way, and I think it goes back to barter culture. It feels disrespectful to go up to somebody and say, "Hey, here's $10." It's almost like, your money's on the table. It doesn't feel right spiritually. But when you give somebody a gift of something that you made or something that's sacred to you or something, that's really the pagan way. It's almost like they're saying, you gave me value, so I feel it appropriate to the balance for me to give you value back. And I really think it's a beautiful part of our culture.
It really goes back to old folk ways too, because when you would go see the midwife or the herbalist, you would often bring them payment, and a lot of the time it was grains and like foodstuffs. So it's even back to historically where you go visit the witch, bring a gift.
Bring a gift. And the other thing that you mentioned that I thought was really pertinent is that you often pull money out of your own pocket to make events happen. People think that the Mother Church has a lot of money and that I get a paycheck and Dusty gets a paycheck and we're just taken care of and life's so great and easy because it's the Mother Church. But that is not the case at all. We don't get a paycheck. I usually spend my paycheck on helping make sure the church comes through. And there's so many times when we do these awesome festivals, we don't make money on those. We put all of the money either back into the experience. So yeah, it is like very important that people show up and support the events, because without the people showing up and supporting it, it's really not successful, because the only reason you're doing it is so that you can help spread the light and make the world a better place. There's just not any money in this endeavor,
Absolutely.
I don't know of any festival that's making a profit.
No.
Nowhere. No. Almost always the board members and staff members
I don't think so either.
money.
I don't even know.
They're unless they're like a big music festival like Fairy Worlds or something like that. I know Fairy Worlds pays their people, but we run completely off volunteerism and we need help. We can't do it. It's a huge festival. We have like 60 people on cast and staff at Spring Mysteries Festival. It takes a huge community to put on something like that.
Oh yeah, it does. It really does. You can ask Dee. I've been saying, help me. I just drag her along. She's my sidekick. Come on, help me with this. And yeah, we've been through a lot with pagan events. But you know what? It was all worth it. I would do it again.
Heck yeah.
After
Go to bed with
27
a
years,
smile on your face, completely exhausted, happy.
Yes.
I'm getting ready to go volunteer for Florida Pagan Gathering because they need staff members. Yeah, and and I get my people fix. I get my community fix by doing that. So that's it. It helps people. It helps people have a community.
Yeah.
Well, it does that healing. We all of us were like, well, I think the most important thing is healing, and festivals really heal people. That's what they do. Gatherings, getting it, whether they're free or paid for, people come away uplifted, inspired, and healed in some way. And that's what we're trying to do. The world is a rough place with colonization, and the only thing that we can do is love it back into a better situation.
Absolutely. That's right. Well, we're almost down to the time here. I do want to plug in Belladonna. Tell us about the event that's coming up.
Oh my goodness. So Hecate Sickle Festival, I'm so excited. So it's a leadership awards festival. We're going to have a vampire ball and Hecate Well of Souls. And then we're going to have a resurrection by Aradia. Because, you got to die at this time of year and then be reborn. So Selena's going to be Aradia. Selena Fox is going to be Aradia and do the resurrection part. She's so excited. She's getting Isn't it going to be fun? So you're going to be embraced by, as a vampire. So you die, but you're immortal, right? It's really interesting vampire lore that we're exploring with witchcraft this time. But Selena Fox is getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. And she is so excited. And I'm so excited for her because she deserves it, right? Like
Yeah.
Selena has done so much for everybody. I thought, we really need an award ceremony for all of these leaders that do all of this hard work. And nobody did it. And I kept wanting it and I kept asking for it and nobody did it. And so I realized that, I should probably do it. So I do a leadership award ceremony now and it's really awesome. So if you're a leader in the community, you can come and write down, who's coming with you and what you fill out a form and what awards you want to offer your people on stage. And the awards are part of their ticket. They don't have to buy them. They're just given. And it's really nice because people need that recognition. They deserve it and they need it and it makes them feel really good. And we also honor the ancestors and we have a really great time. We're in a hotel now, which is kind of weird for me because I grew up in a campsite kind of thing. But the hotels are killer. I really like it. There's hot tubs and fire circles and pools and maids and showers that are private, all kinds of great amenities to
No mosquitoes.
Yes, I really love it. Doesn't get rained out. There's no mud. And you can be sky clad. You just have to be behind the clothes. We just close the doors, We still have our sky clad events. We still have a lot of fun. So it's still very pagan. It's just dry and climate contained. So
it's in Washington.
It's at Washington SeaTac Airport. It's at the Airport Hilton Hotel. So it's like you could throw your bags to the airport, to the hotel from the airport. There's a shuttle. People are like, it's all the way in Seattle. Yeah, and they don't do award ceremonies for leaders anywhere else. So, but it's right by the airport. So we have to travel to go to the really great events. That's my opinion. You have to travel to go to Pagan Spirit Gathering. You have to travel to go to Spring Mysteries Festival. So it's called Hecate Sickle Festival, and it is all the mysteries of Hecate. We have a really great time. So it's www. Because if you don't put in the 3 W's, it'll say, oh no, this doesn't exist. Sickle.atcwicca.org.
Do you do this every year, Belladonna?
This is the 35th year of doing Hecate Sickle Festival. Yes.
Wow.
So maybe next year my Kevin will join you.
Oh, we would love to have you. That would be great.
I'm coming too, Dee Dee. I'm coming too.
Well, I just need, I need to give them some heads up.
Oh, girl. And I didn't even tell you, you get this awesome garnet leadership ring that has guided by light and it's got a torch on one side for Hecate and Demeter's pointed star on the other side. And it's really cool. It's a lot of fun. If you go to Hecate Sickle Festival on Facebook, there's a page that's got all the awards that you receive that you can get. It's a lot.
Well, Chrissy will have to give you my info. She'll have to give you my info.
I'm super easy to get in touch with. People are like, oh, I want to see you at this. You can write me on Facebook. I'll talk to you. You can email me at bella@atcwicca.org. I'm just a regular person. I'm happy to talk to you. I'm here to serve. So reach out if you need me.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And what's up with you, Marin?
What's up with me? Personally, I'm getting ready to finish my latest album. I got 3 more songs to record. I'm going up on the 21st to my producer up in Georgia. And I got my artwork person doing the front and back covers, and it's all coming together, and I'm really excited. The album's called Of Dragons and Moonlight, and Things Not What They Seem. And it's an 8-song album, and I've got a December 1st release date, but I think I might be able to, I think I might be able to have it released a little bit earlier. A little closer term, as I said, I'm going to the Florida Pagan Gathering as a. Would you move, my dear? I'm going to the Florida Pagan Gathering as a staff member. I'm going to be doing a Bardic Circle over there. And I had to miss the Pagan Spirit Gathering this year. They were full up. They had Dave the Bard over from Europe, and they had some real special stuff going on for their 50th anniversary. But hopefully I'll be able to go as a performer next year. But I'm 66 this year, and I'm feeling the age. So a lot of this traveling isn't going to be happening as much as it was. But every full moon, I'm doing the full moon circle with Circle Sanctuary online. That's why I was late tonight. And that's what's up with me. Yeah.
Sounds
Awesome.
wonderful. You two make us feel boring.
Oh.
Yeah. No,
Every day was good.
I do have one thing. Speaking of news, ATC Africa was just ATC Africa just regained legal status in South Africa.
Wow.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, so there's legal Wiccan church in South Africa, and Sapper got it too at the same time. So it's really exciting. Great things are happening in the world. You know, it's anytime the balance is like really hard in one way, like with all of the intensity on the planet, that also means that some great things are happening. So you guys got to stay focused on the great things happening. Stay focused on the love and the great things happening. Like, fight the bad things. Don't ignore them, because that's not good either. But stay focused on the great things that are happening.
for sure.
I just want to throw out there that I'm doing my first public Samhain. Chrissy would be proud of me.
I am
got
proud
a we got a space out in the Black Forest, so we're pretty excited. I hope it turns out good. Fingers crossed. And then next year maybe we'll do a witch's ball.
Just gotta keep moving. We know we
trying.
had some events that wasn't very good, but we kept moving on. It turned out to be great. So just gotta keep moving.
You would not believe all the witches that are popping up out here now. It's crazy. I mean, there's like tons.
Awesome.
I'm
Is
pretty proud of
anything else that anybody want to say before we end the podcast? Nico, you got anything to say?
No.
B2, how about you?
I kind of was thinking of talking about like giving gifts to the organizers and rings and things, and recognizing, I mean, one of my traditions is heathenry, and that's the idea of giving gifts and exchanging gifts is very, very important. It's like baked into the culture. So whenever I'm at a gathering where I'm getting something special, I try and give back. I did a workshop at one that I went to this summer where I was, a special guest, and it's like, this is how I want to pay you back. I don't want to just come and not do anything. And when I ask the gods or even like priestesses for something, I always try and give it back. That because it's showing appreciation, and it keeps the world going around.
Oh yeah,
I know.
I think that's very important.
Oh yeah, I have done many workshops when somebody needs it, or stand in to call a quarter or something. I think it's very important to have that service up on yourself to let everybody know that I'm here for you, to support you, to help you out. Let's make this happen. Yeah, very definitely.
I just want to say this was fun, so if I can ever do it again, I will. It was nice meeting
everybody. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was nice meeting everybody.
It's good seeing you again.
Well, to the audience, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah,
and of course, you can always come back and rewatch too. Make sure you subscribe, share, and like, and make sure you pick up Maren King's music. And if you have a chance to go to Belladonna's event, please do so. It sounds really interesting. And I love vampires too. So.
I know.
So, but to everybody, please have a blessed day. Oh, she said, blessed night. Go out there. You know, the goddess is there. Go out there
And
and
remember,
enjoy the
full moon,
Yes.
full moon. Go do your things.
Yep. Good spells tonight. Okay, everybody. But we're just going to say blessings to all and thank you. Night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.